Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, it is a mess right now because I am building my STI. So this can maybe be a series. I'm not 100% sure like exactly what I'm going to cover in terms of if I'm going to do how-tos or just like in the process of doing things, but we got our first part in. So I haven't opened it yet. It's not electric fans. I already have those, but my first time opening it and seeing it with my own eyes. Ta-da! Ah, yes. Okay, so this has been a part of my plan for a while. I originally had these, but I never used them. So these are used. I sold my new ones because I just didn't think I was going to get around to it in time, but now that the car is down and I'm actually going to be able to like dedicate a lot of my energy inside the engine, since I have a BRZ now and I can drive that to work, I decided to go like all out. So these are IAG. I think I talked about this in another video. I think it was part of the 400 horsepower plan video. I stuck to my word. So I actually have IAG TGV deletes, fuel rails, and then these are custom fuel lines. I'm not sure exactly what is meant by that, if these are going to be plug and play and stuff, but we're going to see. Everything is basically like new for the most part. I mean, just had to clean up a little bit of the surfaces, so I will have to buy gaskets and stuff. But yeah, I'm still researching which injectors to get because I kind of mentioned it before where I'm probably going to blow up my turbo if I were to push it to the power goals I'm trying to reach. So I'm going to get bigger injectors in case that does happen, or if I do just plan on buying another turbo and getting everything set up. I don't want to do this job twice, so I'm going to make sure everything's prepped for it and installed correctly. That way, if I need to go faster or whatever the case may be, I won't have to touch this area again. It'll be all kind of like done and ready to go for any setup. So that's part one of what I'm getting. I am in the talks with another dude right now who's going to give me a really good deal on a front mount intercooler. It's going to be a 3.5-inch core, and it comes with pipings and everything like that. He's really a cool dude. He's trying to hook me up for a solid deal, but I am not 100% sure yet. But if I do end up getting it, there'll be another video for it. I do need a front mount though, badly. I think that was the last piece to my puzzle. I should say maze. Oh yes, it's out. It's fucking out. All that fucking work. So here's the engine bay. It's a mess, but I plan on just organizing everything once I have time before I put this back in. Getting rid of the fuel lines, or fuel rails I should say, and then the TGVs right here. These are the motors for the little flaps. I took them off just to clear power steering hardline stuff. God, it's such a mess getting through this, so I just pulled it off here. That was the last piece, but other than that, it's just you work your way around. There's a bunch of 10s and 12s, and then you just put back whatever bolts you can, just so you don't confuse yourself later on where they went. But yeah, I'm ready to take these TGVs off and mount up the gold ones just to see how it would look. Alright, so in front of you is a huge pile of mess of me just tearing the motor apart. I mean, the motor's still in the car, but everything on top has been basically taken off in place of TGV deletes and fuel rails. Tested it to the manifold, everything looks good. I'm not putting it in yet because I don't have the injectors. So that's off to the side right now, but as you can tell, those are the old ones. And while I was there, I took out my secondary air pump, so there's some hoses and plastics for that. Blow off valve hose, alternator cover, my flares are kind of like another project. Turbo blanket and downpipe. So you might be wondering why those are off. Partly to do with me selling my up pipe, but the other part is since everything was out, I kind of understood that in order to achieve my goal here, which is 400 horsepower and up, there was one big factor that was stopping me, is that. So yes, that is a OEM turbo, but it's coming out today, boys. So I already, as you can tell, it's loosened. It's ready to be pulled. It's just a matter of managing my space because I don't really want to be pulling more than I have to. And all these hard lines really make it difficult. And I'm sure coolant's going to spill out if I tilt it in the wrong angle, but here goes nothing. Come on, come on, come on.
You got this.
Oh, God. If it wasn't for that top mount intercooler bracket, this would be a lot easier. And I've been trying to take that off for a while now, but that bolt was buried underneath the turbo, so yay, I can actually do it now. Ah, jeez. There it is. Holy crap. Oh shit. Got it off. As you can see, my head for comparison.
And you got a big head, so.
I actually didn't expect to do half of what I've done so far. I don't even know where I'm going next. So I know I'm probably gonna get 1050 injectors. TGV deletes obviously are already good to go. But in terms of turbo and stuff, not quite sure, but I am gonna go external wastegate. So I'm looking around at that and seeing how much that's gonna cost me, because honestly, I am broke and I had money for none of this. And that BRZ kind of motivated me to like tackle it finally. But then I realized bills are a thing. So
welcome to adulthood.
It's gonna be a while until things actually move forward, but it's exciting still because I'm selling all this stuff to kind of help with those bills, help pay off a lot of other crap. So we'll get there when we get there. I'm not gonna rush anything. Alright, we're here outside with the intake manifold and we're respraying this, so I went ahead and like taped all the bolts except for these obviously, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint it red again just to kind of give it a nice uniform finish. That way when it sits underneath, sorry, when the TGVs sit underneath this, it'll look kind of like nice with the gold and then red finish up top. Go ahead and flip it back. Kind of see it's all complete down there. I'm really excited to get this touched up. It's kind of weird how it's like faded. I'm gonna use like a high temperature paint just so I don't have to worry about it again. But this is the before, and I'll record the after probably tomorrow because it's getting pretty dark. Alright, this video is gonna be kind of all over the place. As you can tell, new intercooler. That's the bracket right there. It's gonna be a front mount setup. I don't believe this was originally black. It looks like someone just kind of went over it really quickly. I did some brake clean, did whatever I could, but I'm just gonna spray silver over it because that's the color I want. So gotta get that worked out. I might fix the little fins and stuff, but this has a little bit of rust. It's starting to flake too, so we'll see what we can do with that. But I don't know where I left off with the manifold, but I'm basically just going to show you guys when everything's done, like what it looks like on the engine. I don't think I'm going to do like a whole process of like showing you how I'm spraying it and stuff. Like, it's pretty basic. Just need to tape those off and stuff, and we'll begin. Okay, so we're in my garage. As you can tell, got quite a bit of stuff lying around. Still have the fuel rails and stuff. I went ahead and mounted the TGVs up with the spacers, and then the manifold is just kind of sitting on top. But this is some leftover stuff. I cleaned up a lot, but these seats I might be trading, hopefully, for something that's more fixed. I don't really like how bouncy these are, especially given that the Subi is already bouncy as is. But we're gonna go ahead and walk over to the STI because there's a lot that has been done, starting with this. That's right, front mount intercooler is on, and oil cooler has enough clearance. I resprayed this whole entire, I guess, bracket or mounting piece, and then as you saw, I went over this as well. Everything looks really good. It's not as chrome as I thought it was going to be, but we'll see how long this lasts. In terms of the intake, it's bumping into this, so the filter doesn't really want to like go against that. To figure out another solution, but see up here, the piping is routing. I need to clean up a lot, but This is a really bright red compared to that, but overall it's kind of like all the same. And this is the Cobb bypass valve. So yeah, we're going back to bypass. Came with the whole kit, and I got it for really cheap, so I'm planning on keeping this. And oh, guess you can see right there, those are the TGVs, and then the spacers are right there. So it looks good. I think there's gonna be more clearance for the turbo inlet and stuff once I have the turbo, which I guess I can tell you now, I do have a turbo. I'm paying it off to a friend that I know, and he's in Salem, so I don't really have access to it right now. I'm not gonna take a trip until I'm fully paying it off. But once it is paid off, I'll probably have to find a pipe anyways for an external wastegate. Injectors, but these aren't the ones I'm probably gonna keep. So these are 1050s. I thought these were gonna be good enough, but a lot of people are telling me with the setup that I have right now, I'm probably gonna be hitting more like 375. So I'm gonna go with 1300 X IDs. So I'm gonna keep this brand, and I sold the bumper, so I kept my badge. Had to bend it quite a bit, but I'm gonna keep this look. Whole exposed intercooler, and then I took out the AC. So that's a Mishimoto logo, and you can see there's a bunch of clearance. I have a wiring kit for hella horns coming in. I have a Tomei regulator coming in. Same guy that's selling me the turbo. And I'm gonna have like a whole fuel system. Might do flex fuel, not entirely sure. I want to stay on pump gas. I don't really want to be doing E85, but since I'm gonna be doing it anyways, I might as well have it set up for both. But just comes down to money. But you can see there's a giant hole right here where the AC used to sit. All the hard lines are out. I'm trying to think while I have the camera out if there's anything else. I sold my HKS. I got scammed for Tomei, but I got my money back, so that's whatever. I'll end up buying one off someone else probably. It's probably gonna be one of the last things along with the wastegate, because the wastegate's gonna be either 38, 44. I'm not sure yet. I haven't done enough research. Secondary air pump is out, and I just need to get the block off plate. So there's just tape on the back side right there. What else? What else? I'm really just trying to like think of everything. Oh, I pulled the headers off, equal length. Starting to polish them. They're looking pretty good. I want to figure out a way to make it so it stays that color, so it doesn't just get all brown like that. That's from being exposed to the elements. So we'll find something for that. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all there is to cover. Gaskets, like I said. Yeah, everything's looking really good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean all this, spray it out, and let you guys know where I'm at with the future video when I have more stuff inside this engine bay and everything's like actually bolted in. Just like my fuel rails and stuff, like that's gonna be later, so expect that in another video. But for now, that's kind of it. That's where she sits. Really proud of it. I feel like I knocked out a lot, given that it's only been, I think, about a month. I think it's about a month. Maybe a couple of days on top of a month, but overall, like, this is a lot.